Are you struggling with accounts that closed on your credit report and it's hurting your credit score? Don't worry, I'm going to show you what to do to knock them out. So sit back, relax, grab a pen, get some paper, get something to drink. We're going to get straight into it. Welcome to today's class. What we're going to be discussing is close account removal blueprint. All right. So as you can see, this person in our group asked a specific question. I believe this question will help everybody. All right. So how do I remove, read it right here. How do I remove close accounts off my credit report? Which letter should I use? Or is there another way? Thanks. All right. But before I go over the entire process, I want to highlight some people in the group that is doing the work, knocking the credit bureaus out, increasing their credit score. All right. The work works. So this person has a 46 point increase. All right. Wow. I have my book, and the book that she's referring to is the Credit Repair Cheat Codes. All right. So I have my book and just started. I followed the instructions, and so far, so good. I'm 30 days in and have a journey ahead, but I'm optimistic. Thanks, credit team. I attached my progress. So as you can see right here, 566, 612. All right, 46 point increase. Excited doing the work. But someone let you know that everybody's journey is going to be different. Some of you all going to, get some results, right? Get a 20 point increase, 10 point increase. You might even see your credit score drop because of certain things. All right. But everybody's credit report is different. That's why you might see 10 points, 15 points, 100 point jump. But as you're removing negative accounts, and if you don't have no positive accounts, you also want to be adding that as well. But I want to highlight this person as well. The results, this person had a 100 point increase during the process. She didn't say how long she'd been fixing her credit, but she got a 100 point increase. Congratulations. And another person as well got an increase. And as you can see, me and Mike and the team is just helping one person at a time. We're just here to help you fix your credit, not the credit bills out. But I want to let you know that I forgot to tell you that if you're trying to get funding, right? If you're trying to get funding with trying to get funding to invest into income producing assets, you don't need all three credit reports to be clean. What I mean by that, there are certain banks that only pull from one specific credit bureau. So if you're trying to get funded and you're trying to invest in something to where it will help you and pay you, because of course you have to pay the money that you borrowed back. But if you're trying to leverage that to pay to buy something that's going to produce you money month after month after month, what you want to do is, of course, like I said, when it comes to fixing your credit, we all know it takes time. As you can see, some people might get results in 30 days, 14 days, 2 months from now, 6 months from now. But you don't need all three credit reports clean. If you just get one of them clean, you can just go to, just for an example, if Experian is clean, you can go to banks that only pull from Experian. If TransUnion is all cleaned up, you got it to where it's above a 700, you can go to banks that just pull from TransUnion. If Equifax is cleaned up, you can go to banks that only pull from Equifax. And then once the other two banks, the other two credit bureaus get cleaned up, then you can go back and get some more funding and then leverage that to continue doing the same process over and over. Right. So you don't have to have all three credit reports clean. Even if you want to get a car, right? If you're trying to get a car loan, you don't need all three credit bureaus to be clean. You can go to a bank that only pull from that specific credit bureau. If you're trying to get a like a loan to invest into something, you can leverage banks that only pull from that specific place, or use that specific credit bureau to look at that report and then get the loan that you need. All right. Same thing with a credit card. If you're trying to get a credit card to invest, guess what? Same process. You don't need all three credit bureaus. Now, you do need all three credit bureaus if you try to buy a house. That's facts. All right. You need all three because they're going to check all three and just use one of them, the middle score. But if you're just trying to get funded, you don't need all three credit bureaus to get funding. All right. It's good to have all three, but you don't need all three. But what we want to do is, of course, leverage the law. All right. To remove closed accounts, a lot of people teach different things, but we're going to follow the Fair Credit Reporting Act. All right. Fair Credit Reporting Act. That's what they're supposed to follow. All right. That's what the lawyers use. So if you need to talk to a lawyer, you want to follow that. You don't want to deviate from what the Fair Credit Reporting Act says. All right. So we're going to leverage that to help you get the results that you're looking for. But we're going to go over some specific laws. All right. So first things first, what you want to do is go to Google and put in 15 USC 1681. All right. And now once you're there, all right, you're going to be on a screen that looks similar to this. And then what you want to do is just click on subchapter. All right. And then I just want to break down some of the specific laws that you're going to encounter. All right. So first things first, what you want to do is go to 15 USC 1681 EB. All right. Compliance and procedure. So if you go to B and you scroll down, you can see whenever Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, which is yours, your credit report, it shall follow reasonable procedure to assure maximum, not minimum, maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. And as you know, they really don't do it. All right. So I want to go to another specific law so you can understand, right? So another specific law is 15 USC 1681I. All right. Procedure in case of disputed accuracy. So this is another specific law. They're supposed to follow all these laws, but for when we're disputing, this is what we're going to leverage. All right. So reinvestigation of disputed information. So, subject to subsection F and except as provided in subsection G, if the completeness of accuracy of any item of information contained in a consumer's file at a consumer reporting agency is disputed by the consumer and the consumer notifies the agency directly or indirectly through a reseller of such dispute, the agency shall, keyword what they're supposed to do free of charge, conduct a reasonable reinvestigation to determine whether the dispute information is inaccurate and record the current status of the disputed information or delete the item from the file in accordance with paragraph 5 before the end of the 30-day period beginning on the date on which the agency received the notice of the dispute from the consumer or reseller. All right. So as you can see, that's what they're supposed to do. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you check your report to see if it's complete and accurate? All right. So once you get your report, first things first, once you get your report, what you're going to see is a lot of inaccuracy. As you can see right here, when you look at your account, you're going to see when you look at your accounts, your closed accounts, open accounts, but we're talking about closed accounts. So the closed accounts, what you want to do is identify the inaccuracies of that specific account. Because when we saw the law, it's supposed to assure maximum possible accuracy, not minimum, not a little bit. All right. Maximum, everything's supposed to be complete and accurate. All right. So once you identify the inconsistency of that specific account, as you can see, most of the time it's going to be the open date, data last payment, date last active, payment history. You're going to see a lot of inconsistent information. The balance, you just want to go over line item by line item and just check to see what's inconsistent. Is a date open inconsistent? Is a balance? All right. Now, once you identify all the stuff that's inconsistent on the specific account, then you want to do is create your letter. All right. Now, there are multiple letters that you can create, but I talked about this new letter that is working for people, which is the new secret letter, right? The new secret letter is we identify the open date, date last active. We identify all the stuff that's supposed to be assured maximum possible accuracy. So what we want to do is get some results within the first 30 days. All right. It's not going to happen. It's not guaranteed that everything is going to come off because you pinpointed everything not showing maximum possible accuracy. However, you can at least get some deletions in your first round by leveraging this specific law. All right. So as you can see, let me make this a little bit bigger. So you want to put your first name, very important, first name, middle initial, last name. All right. Your address, your city, state, zip code, right? Today's date, very important. All right. So when you send your letter, and you know that the credit bureau received this letter, you have the time frame. All right. So, hey, either Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. I was looking over my report and I noticed these accounts listed below are not assuring maximum possible accuracy according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. These are the accounts listed below for a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. All right. So you want to put the account name and account number. All right. This account is not showing maximum possible accuracy according to 15 USC 1681EB. The open date, date last active is not accurate. Delete account immediately for violation of 15 USC 1681EB. All right. So if you notice that the open date, when you go to your account, so you're just going to put the account name and you don't need the full account number. It's okay to have 1234 XXX or 1234 star star star. You don't need the full account number, right? Just put whatever is on the credit report. Okay. And then from there, if you saw that, let's just say if you looked at your Experian report and you notice that the open date was different from TransUnion Equifax, then you want to put that here on Experian. And I also noticed that the date last active or date of last payment and payment history is inconsistent. So you just want to list all the things that you see that's inconsistent on that specific account. All right. Just we got the details, put it on the letter. All right. Very important. So if you ever need to sue, hey, you have all the documentation. Hey, I noticed that the open date, date of last payment, date last active, payment history, all the stuff was inconsistent. Balance is all inconsistent. So it's supposed to be assure maximum possible accuracy. All right. So you just want us to close the account, put that account name and account number. And if you have other negative accounts on your other negative accounts that's hurting your credit score, you want to put that as well on here as well. And just list all the accounts on this specific letter and just go over Experience credit report, go over TransUnion, go over Equifax report. All right. And if it is correct, then you can't dispute it because it's not, I mean, it's showing accuracy. All right. We're disputing based off of it, not assuring maximum possible accuracy. All right. So what you want to do is have that, put your first name, last name at the end of the letter, and then you want to add 3 forms of identifications. All right. Driver's license, proof of residency, picture of your social, or another picture, proof of residency. All right. So you just want to have 3 forms of identification and send this letter certified. All right. Now, there are multiple places you can go to send letters certified. And I'm going to show you. When it comes to sending letter, you have a few options, right? If you don't want to go to the post office, you could leverage online to actually send your letters. But if you are on a budget, I would tell you go to the post office. But if you don't have time to like wait in line and do a certified mail takes a little bit of time when you get to the post office because you got to get the green slips and all that. But if you don't have time to do all that, you can leverage this online portal. It does cost some money. Think it's like around between $7 to $8 per letter. So you're going to be roughly paying around like $21 to about $24 in postage fees. All right. So to do this, if you want to leverage the online website, right? What you want to do is just click on, once you create an account, you want to click on start job. Just click on start job. You want to click on certify a letter. All right. And it's going to create a new job. And then what you want to do is just name, um, let's just say, for an example, your first round letter, BC, first round, to, let's just say Experian, right? And from there, what you want to do is just upload, like once you create your letter, you want to convert it to a PDF, right? So you can create, once you get your document, you can create that to a PDF and then upload it. All right. Then once you upload it, and then from there, you're going to basically pick, like it's going to ask you, do you want to put this manually or from your PDF? Click on manual, right? And then all you're going to do is just add the address of Experian, of Experian, or of TransUnion, or of Equifax. All right, whoever you create the letter to, and then from there, what you want to do is process. No, you got to not process the job. You got to put your information. So what you want to do next is just add your return. I forgot. Add your information. So put your first name, last name, your street address, and then from there it's gonna have everything done. And then what you're gonna do is it's gonna go over a specific. Let me just give an example. So once you upload, put everything, add your address, add the letter. What you want to do now is just click on process this job. Now, once you click on process this job, it's going to take a little bit of time to load up. But once it's fully loaded, you're going to basically, I'm going to show you, just give an example of what I'm talking about so you can see. So what you want to do is just click on this right here. You're gonna review your order, right? You're gonna review everything, your letter. And once you review your letter and go over, make sure everything is good to go, everything is good. Then what you want to do is just scroll down and pay for it. All right. Now, once you pay for it, as you can see, this one costs seven, but it's gonna be a little bit more than that. Usually around between like $7 and like 50 cents, 30 cents, it all depends. But you're going to approve it. And then from there, you're going to do the same exact thing for, let's just say, TransUnion. And once you do everything, you're going to do the same exact thing for Equifax. It's going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes to complete everything. Once you're done, you have to wait in that huge long line at the post office. And then from there, what we want to do is wait 35 days. All right. Wait 35 days. Here's why. We read over the specific law, right? We read over the specific law right here of they have 30 days to complete the investigation, right? But where does the other 5 days come in? All right. So I'm basically break down the other 5 days for you so you can see for yourself. So if you go to 15 USC 1681 I6, notice of results of reinvestigation. All right. So a consumer reporting agency shall provide written notice to a consumer of the results of a reinvestigation under this subsection no later than 5 business days after the completion of the reinvestigation by mail or if authorized by the consumer for that purpose by any other means available to the agency. All right. So they have 30 days to complete the investigation and 5 days for them to send it to you. All right. Very important. All right. So 35 days. So you want to, that's the time. So when you send that letter out certified, the time ticks from the time they receive. They have 35 days from the time that they receive your dispute. So when they receive your dispute, set in your phone 35 days. Now, in between that 35 days, what you want to be doing is add in some positive accounts to your credit report. Very important. You can go to Boom Pay. You can do Rent Reporters. You can do Rental Karma. You can do, if you have Identity IQ, you can use utility reporting. Some of the stuff that you already consistently paying, you can get that added to your report. All right. And you can leverage that. And some of the things do backdated history where if you've been, let's just say, living at that apartment for the last 24 months, you can get all that history reported to your credit report. But the utility last 24 months being added. So now you have 24 months of on-time payments being added to your credit report. All right. And that makes up of like payment history makes up of 35% of your credit score. And then history is 15%. So now you have 35 plus 15. Now you have 50% of, and then like credit mix, new accounts. You're getting all that specific. Now is going to help increase your credit score. Hope all this is making sense. All right. So you want to be adding some positive accounts to your credit report. Now, usually what happens is once you receive your investigation, some of your stuff will get verified, some of your stuff will get deleted, not credit bills out. But if some of your stuff gets verified, like what do you do next? What you want to do is compare reports first and foremost, because here's what they're supposed to do according to 15 USC 1681 I5. All right. You already called out some of the things that are inconsistent and inaccurate. They're supposed to be showing maximum possible accuracy. But according to 15 USC 1681 I5, treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information. All right. So if after any reinvestigation under paragraph 1 of any information disputed by a consumer, a item of the information is found to be inaccurate or incomplete or cannot be verified, the consumer reporting agency shall, Experian TransUnion Equifax shall promptly delete the item of information from the file of the consumer or modify that item of information as appropriate based on the results of the reinvestigation and promptly notify the furnisher of the information that the information has been modified or deleted from the file. All right. So that's what they're supposed to do when you send off your letter. All right. So if you compare your reports and you compare they probably didn't update, they probably didn't modify, they probably didn't, they said they did certain things, but they probably didn't do nothing. All right. They probably, of course, deleted some of your accounts, But when it comes to modify or updating or fixing things, they probably didn't do that. So now your your second round should be based off of the law. All right, 15 USC 1681I. All right, so you just want to go to this specific law of, I think, I-7, description of reinvestigation procedure. All right. So a consumer reporting agency shall provide to a consumer a description referred to in paragraph 6B3 by no later than 15 days after receiving a request from the consumer for that description. All right. So you want to ask them, like, provide you a description, create a letter talking about providing a description of how did you verify this account, like what did you use to verify this specific account, all right? And they're supposed to provide that to you within 15 days, all right? 15 days from after receiving, all right? So 15 days, now that puts it a little bit of time out. So 35 days, 15 days. Now, usually they don't provide that to you, all right? So what that means is they violated multiple laws. Now, since they violated multiple laws, now you can do is leverage the CFPB. All right. Now, some of y'all probably haven't, heard of the CFPB, but it's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And I'm gonna basically walk you through that process of how to leverage the CFPB to help you knock credit bills out. All right. So, first things first, if you haven't already, create a CFPB profile. What you want to do is go ahead and create a CFPB profile. And then once you're in your back portal, you're going to click on start the complaint at the top. And then you're going to be on a screen that looks similar to this. All right. So Google CFPB, create your account, fill out your information. All right. And then from there, once you log in, you're going to be able to start your complaint. But your complaint is going to be credit reported. And then you want to scroll all the way down to credit reported again. All right. And then from there, what you want to do is, of course, wait a little bit as it progresses. And then what do you want to complain about? So, problem with a company's investigation into an existing problem, investigation took more than 30 days. So, sometimes that does happen based off of, like, if you send a letter out and it doesn't come back within the time period, you can leverage that. The investigation did not fix an error on your report, difficult to be submitted, was not notified, dispute results, like, or improper use of your credit report. It depends on what you have going on, but most of the time, there's going to be problem with an existing problem with company's investigation into an existing problem. Their investigation did not fix an error on your report. All right. Have you already tried to fix this problem? Yes, because you already sent off two letters already. Did you request information from the company? Yes. What information did you request? You told them to investigate the completeness and accuracy, or you told them to provide you a description of the reinvestigation, right? So basically, whatever you want to put there. Did this company provide you the information? Yes or no? Probably no or yes. All right. So just pick one. Um, if you say provide a description and they didn't provide you a description within the 15 days, then they didn't provide it. All right. So next, what you want to do is you're gonna write up your complaint, all right? So everybody's complaint is gonna be different. So you want to create a complaint of who, what, basically what we learned back in the day, who, what, when, how, everything everything that happened. So, and you want to create your complaint only talking to one credit bureau at a time, all right? Because you have accounts that only report on Experian, that's not reported on all three. It might be reported on two out of the three, all right? And then vice versa. All right. But and you might have things going on that's different from Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. So who you talking to Experian? You sent the letter on this day, this happened, and they didn't fix this based off of that specific law. And that's all you're gonna put in here. Like everything that you've done so far, all right, just write it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right. And then from there, what you want a fair resolution to be, delete the accounts that that you want to get removed off your report. And then from there, you want to attach the documents. All right. Attach the letters that you sent out the first time and the second time. All right. Download it from, if you sent it online, download it, upload it, show proof of everything that you've done. All right. And then from there, what you want to do is just click on next. Okay. Once you click on next, what's going to happen is, okay, delete. What's going to happen is you're going to pick the specific credit bureau you want to create this complaint for. All right. So, like I said before, are we talking to Experian? Are we talking to TransUnion? Are we talking to Equifax? All right. So just look for the company's name. So Experian. So once it pops up, Experian information solutions. All right. So you want to click on social, name as a parent, date of birth, and then just input your information. And then do you want to complain about another company? And then no. And then once you click on next, you're going to review everything. You're going to review your personal information, review your complaint, and then click on submit. And then of course you have to wait for Experian to respond or TransUnion to respond or Equifax to respond to the complaints. Now they might ask for additional 60 days. Usually that happens sometimes, and that's okay. It usually doesn't take 60 days for them to complete everything. You will start seeing some results. Just check your credit report, check your credit karma, check everything that you have, and then from there, you're gonna also you want to check your portal as well to see what they say. But you should also start receiving some feedback, some letters from Experian, TransUnion, Equifax as well. So just can be on the lookout for that as well. But you will start seeing some things, and if things doesn't happen according to plan, guess what? Start the process over, submit another letter, and then from there, create another letter, and then wait, see if they do some. Of course, they might violate some laws, and then from there, go back and file a complaint, and then from there, just continue repeating the process over and over. Hold up, before you go, what we noticed is, we've been helping people fix their credit and we've been teaching and educating people, but some people quit along the way because they feel overwhelmed, they don't know what to do, they have questions, they're uncertain. So we created a free group. Now, this group is not fully completed yet, but we'll, accept you in. So if you want to join and don't feel like you're alone throughout this process of knocking the credit bureaus out, click the link in the description, join the free group, all right? And we'll be able to help you and guide you. And as we build it out, you'll be able to get on like a free credit audit where we just break down your credit report so you can, understand what's going on, all right? So join today. We'll see you in there. And I appreciate you for helping me. I appreciate you for trusting me to help you knock the credit bureaus out. All right.